Last night, I stayed up late to watch the election and the results. What a wonderful day. It was just what the crypto industry and the US needed to advance. You've already seen how the market responded when Bitcoin hit its highest point last night. It became more and more obvious that Trump would win as the results started to roll in. We'll talk about Gary Gensler, laws, the US's future, and market trends. We can talk about a lot of facts. So without further ado, take a seat back, unwind, and let's get started. At $74,525, the price of Bitcoin has increased 8.36% in the last day and about 30% in the last 90-day period. Last night, Bitcoin reached a new all-time high of over $75,400. Ethereum is up 8.36% at $2,640 right now. With both USDT and USDC above their currency peg at $1.01, a robust bullish trend is evident. This implies that investors are making active bets on stablecoins and markets. A possible inflow of funds into the markets is suggested by the rise in both stablecoins above the dollar and the increase in the total market capitalization of cryptocurrencies, from $2.3 trillion to $2.5 trillion. Doge, a well-known Trump supporter, has also helped to drive XRP up a little. You know about Elon and Doge's relationship, but XRP is up 6% at 54 cents right now. This is a significant advancement. We also expect Alana's channel to receive a $200 inflow, probably at $2.25. At $188, it is currently leading the way and up 16%, adding to the $2,509,000,000 total market capitalization of cryptocurrencies. This is the beginning of greatness. We are now setting off on an exciting and tremendous trip. Now that Bitcoin is trading above $74,000, it's time to step up our efforts and concentrate on the cryptocurrency's potential to hit $100,000 by the end of this year, which would officially signal the beginning of a bull run. My email isn't supporting the trunk and back of the truck, and the people who participated in the Twitter interview are on Twitter. One of the most important interviews was with Aaron, except we called today. It was, I believe, the biggest at the time, followed by the Joe Rogan interview. Rump. The fact that he had Rogan and Elon on his side and that she refused to do any kind of interview with them was, you know, the kiss of death for them, but here we are, a new day, a new world. If you haven't listened to that, do so immediately. Crypto, the bull run is coming. We are currently living in a really exciting era. This channel is where we discussed it. There was still going to be a bull run, regardless of the result. The question was simply how much money would be invested in this bull market. We stated that we would likely be looking at between $4 and $7 trillion if Trump lost. Although these markets have a long way to run up, we know what he would do in the United States if he wins because he wants the country to lead the cryptocurrency race that we were looking at, $7 to $10 trillion. Chip puts out the House, Senate, President, and popular vote. What an incredible night, and the crypto markets are already reacting to this. Imagine when Trump actually steps into office in January, when he starts ripping the SEC apart. You know, look, Gensler is not going to be fired. Let's just call what it is. Gensler is already packing his bags. He's going to step down. He's not going to get fired. You think he's going to sit around and wait to be fired? No. He already has his new position lined up. He's out. Question who is going to take over that role. We have heard a couple of memes rumbling around in there, but who's going to step in, and what are they going to do for crypto? You know, Trump is going to put someone that is pro-crypto in, and this is the beautiful thing. Because this Ripple versus SEC lawsuit, now they can just come in, whoever takes over the SEC, and they can be like, look, enough's enough. We aren't going to appeal this thing. We aren't going to challenge it. We lost. We know what Ripple is doing. We know all about Ripple because they sat in on all these meetings with the Fed. We know what they bring to the table. We know the test ongoing. We know how they are shaping up the new financial system, and they can just drop this case. Originally, it was thought that this may happen in 2027 or 2028. I no longer think so. I am convinced that this matter will be dropped, completed, and gone by next year. In the US, Ripple's move on XRP is fully understood. It already has complete clarity, which, as you are aware, does not imply that it is not a security. However, it does give Ripple clarity regarding their options regarding their XRP and programmatic sales. Every component is in line. Will we see this happen right away? This brings us to 2025 and the supercycle we have been discussing, but of course not. But it gets us to 2025 when the supercycle we've been talking about is predicted to peak. According to our forecasts, the supercycle will conclude in the summer and fall in Q2 and Q3, with the potential to continue into Q4 for the whole or most of 2025, which would result in the cryptocurrency market experiencing unheard of growth. We expect a large inflow of institutional capital into this area, especially after Trump takes office and establishes precise rules and guidelines. One of the largest prospects for the United States in recent years. Remember that tonight's live program will cover all of this and much more. We're going to be live on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter at p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be asking everyone questions, so be sure to pay attention. We will review price charts. In the second video today, we will discuss all of this news, what we are observing, and our deeper analysis of where we believe these markets are headed. However, what about stablecoin legislation? After the election, is that still feasible? I believe so. What about the stablecoin Ripple people? What about all of their meetings with the Federal Reserve? We know that Brad and Chris recently met with them in Philadelphia following the Swell Conference. What about what's happening in Palau, where they're using XRP to support the US dollar? We now know that XRP is one of only 2 assets, and everything they have been working on is about to come to fruition. We will witness an XRP exchange-traded fund, ETF, institutional money pouring XRP, and a new all-time high in 2025 before any of these events have occurred.